and welcome back to Betches. I'm Sami.
And I'm Aleen.
And we are back on Jordana's third maternity leave week. And you can watch us at youtube.com/@BetchesPod, where you can also see a pic of Jordy's new baby.
Second baby. Yeah, Lucy.
We just doubled the number of baby Betches.
I know.
Offspring of this podcast.
It's truly so exciting. I'm so happy for her.
Lucy 7 Marinelli, born
Lucy
February
7.
7th. At first I was like,
7
she
pounds.
named her after Harper 7? I can't believe that. Jordana would never. But now I understand the meaning is much more beautiful and meaningful than that. 7th pregnancy.
Yeah, she said it was her 7th pregnancy, yeah.
And born on February 7th.
Imagine how wanted those babies are going to feel. Ugh. I love that. It made, when she said that it was my 7th pregnancy, I literally obviously started crying.
Oh my God. I always thought about it more like the time it took rather than the number. I never, I didn't count her, I didn't have a count of her pregnancies, but I just thought it's been a long, it's about the amount of time it takes to go through everything and all the different procedures and methods. And yeah, they're very
really
wanted babies.
The emotional
and their sisters.
Turmoil. The emotional turmoil you go through with every single
and the hormones
new thing. Yeah, but it's really just the emotional roller coaster of.
I just think the hormones make you so much more emotional. I don't mean even the hormones from that you inject. I mean your hormones from miscarrying or from having a chemical pregnancy. It is really a lot. So we're very excited for our new baby Betches, Lucy and Charlie.
I saw Jared commented that it was Chucky and Lulu, and I peed my pants.
So funny. Yeah.
He's ridiculous. He's so ridiculous.
It's going to be so funny. Yeah. I mean, I'm very excited for his first interaction with them. And also when they can talk and walk and he can interact with them, that's going to be hilarious.
I agree.
It's why am I excited as if he's their dad? Yeah.
Uncle J Train. Love it. Anyway, as we were setting up for this show, we saw the breaking news because we're recording on Wednesday for everyone listening. Whenever you listen, Fridays when it comes out. But oh my God, that James Van Der Beek just passed away. And due to losing his battle with colorectal cancer, which he found out about in August 2023, just 2 years ago, essentially. 2.5. It's so sad. He's 48 years old. He has
and
six
kids.
Children. And he's recently been doing a lot of content, I guess, talking about parenting. And it's always so deep and insightful and just shows how much he loved his family and his children and being a dad and what it meant for him. And you just saw this other side outside of, Dawson and his Creek. So
the character he played.
Exactly. Well, I mean, it's just really fucking sad.
I wonder if he knew he started doing that content. And to be fair, I wasn't following it. And you're just telling me about it. I wonder if he started doing that, in case he didn't end up surviving that long, or
he was doing it before then.
Even before that. Oh,
yeah.
'Cause I was going to say it's amazing that his kids are going to be able to see that. That's a great thing for him to leave behind with kids. Yeah.
So sad. I can't talk about that much longer. It's just, it hurts.
Okay. Well, we can talk about something else.
Thank you.
Let's sound really in touch and, empathetic and talk about how I'm in Canada for a vacation. Everyone loves hearing about how many vacations we go on.
Is it vacation when you're a citizen?
Oh yeah. I mean, well, you can go to vacation in the United States. Is it vacation when you've actually just spent the entire morning podcasting and haven't actually left the hotel room yet? Not yet, but it will be vacation this afternoon. Avi and I are going ice skating and we're curling.
Ice skating?
In the Olympics. Yeah. So we're at Lake Louise and we're on the lake. And there's literally I can look at the ice skaters. They're all going right now on the lake.
In Banff, right? It's so pretty.
Yeah.
Is it really blue?
It's technically, it's not blue because it's covered in snow. But in the summer, it's blue. And we're in Lake Louise, which is near Banff. It's all kind of the same area. And we're here to ski. So Avi's skiing right now while I'm recording and doing.
Must be nice, Avi.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's okay. I think that I'm very lucky to be doing this. Abe. Yeah, I'm very lucky to be doing this while looking at this view.
I agree.
So
I agree with that. Speaking of ice skating, have you seen Ilya Malanin ice skating routine. He just won gold for the Team US. When they twirl in the sky for like 6 turns, I'm just
how do you do that?
How do you do that? I was watching a practice for how they do that without their skates. They're just like in the gym and they just like hop and then start spinning like a fucking top.
That's
like
crazy.
No one is spinning them. They spin themselves.
Yeah. Center of gravity. It's very
center of something.
It's like, yeah.
How?
No, I mean,
6 times.
Their muscles are so tight. They've been doing this since they were so small. They've been doing it like all day, every day for every day of their lives. Like this is literally
Ilya's parents are famous ice skaters. So he has the gene, both parents.
Wow.
He grew up here, but they're obviously, as you can tell by his name, they're like part from the Soviet. I think his grandmother competed in the Soviet Union. Grandmother or grandfather was Wikipedia.
Okay, so he's like, there's a reason he's insane.
There's a reason he's gold. He's 21 fucking years old, and he's won multiple medals. But like him doing this move, like it was just also so beautiful. Did you see it?
Yeah, I find figure skating to be the most like beautiful sport.
Ugh. It's making a comeback in a way that's like it's in culture again, like it used to be back like when Tara Lipinski and Michelle Kwan were
I remember them very well.
You know, the celebrities. And I remember watching it in like a girl in elementary school or high school or whatever's like bedroom. We were like laying and watching like ice skating. And now that Tara Lipinski and Johnny Weir, is that his name? Johnny Weir are on the Traders. I feel like ice skating is cool again.
Oh, I mean, I think that is like the NBC's like greatest move to get Tara Lipinski to be this like announcer.
So smart.
And her, you know, Johnny, because they're like close and friends and you can actually tell they're real friends. And I think it's amazing.
They're really funny. And like they'll make reels or like TikToks of just being clowns together. And you could just, it's so good. And I love on Traders when they're like pretending to not be friends, but then they'll be like, and then like separate. Good strategy.
Also, but here's the thing: like, I would know that they were.
I would not know.
Tara
I would think
Lipinski
like, oh,
and Johnny
you must
were friends.
Know each other from like the industry, but I didn't have a fucking clue.
Oh, I feel like I know. I associate them with being friends, but maybe that's like not known. Like,
I don't think it's known.
Really?
I didn't know it was. It's obviously not known because nobody knows. On Traders, nobody has a clue.
I knew they were friends. That is really weird. I don't know. Maybe I don't know where I got this information. Other than just maybe I assumed.
Maybe, yeah.
Aleen, do you think if we went on Traders, people would know we were friends?
Yes, because we started the same company.
Well, Tara and Johnny also like appeared a lot.
They just did the same sport.
But didn't they? Didn't they?
Nobody
weren't
knows
they
that.
announcers together like 3 years ago or something?
Announcers of what? I have no clue.
The Olympics.
I've never seen. I have not seen them.
I thought they were like doing the Olympics 4 years ago, and that's why
I couldn't tell you. I wasn't part of it. Didn't go that far.
It wasn't popular, I guess.
Traders made the popular. Anyway, so Ilya is killing
also,
it.
the name Ilya, very popular.
Hilarious because
on ice.
Ilya on ice is now made it into the Zeitgeist 2X within 1 year.
Right, and totally organically.
2 months. Incredible.
Betch of the Year. Put that up for Betch of the Year nomination. Write that down.
Shit. Yeah. And also, it's so funny. Okay, so I learned.
You could give it to both of them. You could give the medal, like the actual Betch of the Year could be for like the two of them.
Yeah, together.
It could be like coincidences.
Wait, okay, so they call him the quad god. And before that, I was like, does he just have like gigantic quads? Is that like from ice skating? He's just like this quad, like he's swole. But like I Wikipedia and it's because he does quad, like a quad.
Oh, it's not about his muscles?
It's not like
quadruple axle.
Like, quadruple axle has nothing to do with his like his muscle.
His body. We're not objectifying him.
Quadriceps.
Right. Okay, well, that's really cool. That's so hard. It's really crazy that they can do this. As I'm watching people outside not do that. But they are ice skating out there.
Anyway, yeah, he's known for on his Wikipedia, he's known for his Instagram handle, Ilya_quad_Malanin.
He could just make it quad god if I were him. Now that he's like famous enough for that.
Yeah. Anyway, wow. I have to tell you, you got this too, right? I need to show the world. This is heavy and so beautiful.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Can you see me?
I got it. You bet.
Okay, like our Betches HelloFresh box, the Galentine's dinner edit, or as in girl dinner, is so fucking cute. I put this on my story, but I loved it so much because when I opened it, I was like, holy shit, this is the best. And I really wanted to bring it to life. So I brought it to the, no, we had one in the office. And I really just was like, let me show the world. Look, how cute is this box? And I want to show people what's inside. It is so fucking fun. If you're doing a Galentine's Day, I've been seeing a lot of people do Galentine's Day.
They just want an excuse to hang out with their friends.
Before I opened the box though, I was like, why would I do Galentine's? It has, we sent people like this is obviously my favorite part because we all know you and I like to host, but this gorgeous pink shimmery runner, this is my favorite part of the box. And it's stunning.
That's stunning. Wait, Aleen, my favorite part of the box, I've actually been playing with them all week. I told you when I wanted to bring them last week. The tarot cards. I have become a tarot person. Okay. These cards also, they feel really good physically on your hands. Just get it open. You'll see. They're so I'm
an idiot when it comes to box opening.
Also the like artistry, the like illustrations on it are so cute. Like I was showing, my mom was like into them yesterday. We were playing with them. They're so fun.
I can't get it open, but it's called the pasta tarot. I can't get it open right now because
the pasta, it's a tarot. Tarot. It's a tarot card deck.
Tarot,
but like a theme, and they're just adorable. Like honestly, I was never a tarot person, and I've been. And it comes with a card to show you what it means. I love it. Honestly,
yeah,
highly recommend.
Like, get your gals together, get your Betches together, get your mahjong crew together.
Yeah, mahjong Galentine's.
It comes with candle, like hot, like cute pink candle
and sticks.
Holders with fucking sticks. That's right. We didn't cheap out on the sticks. HelloFresh. X Betches, X the coolest shit ever, and our teams together killed it, and you must have it, and you must just...
Where do they get it? What's the URL?
Valentine's. I don't know. I don't care. That's why I'm just sharing it because it's amazing.
Someone will put the URL. Someone will put the URL around.
Sorry, guys. I wasn't prepared. I just saw it in the office. I picked it up. I was like, everybody needs to see this ASAP. So, yeah, because I'm obsessed with it.
Remember last week I wanted to do the tarot.
Joe says we'll put it in the thing.
You know where to find it. You know what she's talking about.
You guys know. Just Google it. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, we all know. Gemini it. Whatever.
Of course, we got to talk about the Super Bowl, aka the Benito Bowl. It was a great night.
Benito Bowl was great. Also, we had Benito for our main course, but for our appetizer, we also had Charlie Puth. And Charlie Puth fucking also nailed it. Everybody's also obsessed. I love that he's getting,
we declared Charlie Puth should be a bigger artist.
I know. The way he sang the national anthem gave me such immense chills. I want to start with him because Benito's getting all the credit, as he should. It was beautiful. But Charlie, he created this version of his song, right? He said it was an ode to Whitney Houston's version. And he did it with Kenny G, the saxophonist.
I love sax.
And I love a saxophone. As I played till senior year, Joe just made a face like, what a fucking loser. He literally just goes, his voice transcended. Did you watch?
No.
What?
I mean, it was on, but I didn't watch.
When you're done, just go on his Instagram. He did a whole a collab with NFL and just watch it. It's like, it stops you in your tracks. You're like,
I like him.
Whoa. He's just like a nice little, he's just such a sweet boy. He's just like a sweet boy, a Labrador. He's like a,
Golden Retriever?
Golden Retriever. He's like a highly skilled, beyond talented Golden Retriever.
An actual artist.
And he has an album coming out. That's why. It's called like, Why Am I Cringe? Something like that. Whatever's clever.
That sounds
there's a song called like Why Am I Cringe or something.
Okay,
and Kenny G's on it. Also, I don't know why I'm obsessed with Kenny G.
I mean, he's popping up everywhere lately.
Yeah, Kenny G. Jeff Goldblum's on the album. Yeah.
That's so random.
He's just like a weird, very, very funny guy.
I like that.
Okay, let's talk about Benito Bowl. Let's talk about Benito Bowl.
Have no complaints. I mean, obviously some people do, but I thought it was great.
Some people do. The funniest also was seeing, because it was so produced for TV, like for us watching rather than the people watching in the stadium. I saw these
and that's what made it cool.
Well, yeah, but they always do that. And it's funny to see like the way it felt so immersive to you as a watcher. Like it felt truly like a party. You were in it. You were dancing with everybody. It just felt so real. Like you were immersed. But then there's really funny reels of people who attended and he's like, this is what the halftime show looks like. And then nothing is happening. Literally nothing. All you see is like some heads over hedges moving across like over the human grass. And that
do you know why they had
funny.
To do that? Do you know why he had like humans as grass?
No.
Like, it wasn't like on purpose. It was because you can only have like a certain number of carts that bring the stage in, like two that make the halftime show. And so he wanted to have grass to like have it feel like his like hometown in Puerto Rico, like to bring that vibe. But it would have like used up too many carts to like bring the stuff in. So he was like, okay, we'll have people be the grass. And so he can use like the carts for the other stuff. It
was really, really good. The thing that I also loved about it was that it made it so hard for those who hated it to like make a point. You know what I mean?
They inevitably sound like idiots. Yeah.
It's just like, oh, so you don't like fun?
Right. It's like
there was nothing controversial about it. It was just true. There wasn't.
Well, that's but that's exactly the point. Like there doesn't need to be anything controversial about it because certain people want a controversy because they're living in a space where people are like,
no, I know.
We're losing our country if there's Spanish on my screen. Like
exactly. But that made it was like a way to make feel wrong and overreaching and stupid in the production of it. It's like they made it so that those who didn't like it were the ones who were like, you're just like, what can you say about it that it was so bad? It was truly fun. But you can always find something about everything to not like. Like that's why, having opinions is fun. Like to have an opinion on hating on something. But in this, the only thing that I kind of wish is like I knew the lyrics to the songs. Because then I feel like I would have bopped even more because I don't speak Spanish, like I was like jamming to like Russian songs. No, I don't know this, but I know some parts. So like that for me personally, like I wish that.
But it doesn't ruin the show for you.
No, absolutely not. I was like I'm like, Rusty, this is so fun. We were just bopping and it was great. And there was when Gaga came out, because there were rumors that Gaga was going to come out, and she did. And you're like, you know how much I just loved Gaga from the
last
Grammys.
Week. Yeah.
Or the Oscars. Which one was it?
The Grammys.
Did the Oscars happen? No. Okay.
Next month.
I saw this thing where she had got, there's like old footage. She'd gone up to him at the Grammys and whispered something in his ear. And people were like, oh, is that her telling them she'd do it? I was like, I don't know if it was, but
I think
they like each other.
We posted that, this whole time they were plotting, which is funny.
They're mutual fans of each other.
Yeah, it was great. And then when Ricky Martin, we're like, wow, okay.
The surprise appearances were fun. Like,
cute.
I was a little confused about how like Alex Earl made it in there, but you know what? If it gets people talking, don't care. You want it to feel inclusive. Also, it was weird that Jill Zarin was like, there was no white people. It's like you have the whitest bitch in the country right here, front and center. I don't mean that derogatory. Alex Earl. I don't mean this derogatorily.
What about Lady Gaga? She's also quite white
in the dancing.
She's Italian, but
it's like regardless, it's
white presenting.
Jill Zarin. What she said, in my opinion, is just like an indication of the people she hangs out with and what like they say and like the kind of attitudes they have. And she thought it was safe to say that. Like, okay, so you obviously run around Mar-a-Lago saying that shit. Like it's it's very it was a gross, disgusting comment. And I think that actually, like to your point, where it was the kind of thing where it's like, oh, you just make the people who criticize it seem ridiculous and like openly racist. I actually feel like that wasn't even what he meant to do. Like, I think it's just his personality that's like fun and, very inclusive. Like, I think he genuinely has like an inclusive positive personality. And so like, that's why he did it that way. And so it just indicated how like distorted these people's views are on like what's American and what's fun and what's like good for the Super Bowl.
Oh my God. Yeah. Like watching Megyn Kelly just like spin out of control was so fucking funny. But we don't need to go there.
They should keep going.
No, like speaking of tops and quads, like she spun. She fucking spun. Like that was funny. Like you mad? But okay, wait. Let's not switch. Let's not change this. I really want to talk about how fun and just like when I watched it, I was like, I want more. This felt joyous, and it felt like there. I posted on this on my story, and like people were talking about how like this one moment is like very reminiscent or relatable to like Latin culture, but like there was a kid sleeping on chairs at a wedding. Also, the wedding, the way,
they really got married.
But it was they were looking for inclusivity. It was a white guy.
Right. I didn't.
That was the whole point. That was the point, was it not? Did I miss a point? Like that was like
I don't know. Like I don't focus so much. Like that's the thing. Like. It all becomes they make this about like the skin color and the ethnicity. Like I'm watching it and I'm just seeing
I'm saying it is the point because we were there together. We are like it was together.
Yeah, love is better than hate.
Yeah, and it's all celebrating love through like what different symbols of culture, of Latin, of his culture, Puerto Rican culture, but also our like all culture, which is weddings and love, and then and like love for yourself. Also, he was talking about believing in yourself and like
giving
when he
himself
gave
the Grammy.
Himself that Grammy. Like, so it was just really, it just felt good. Like, and you don't need to know the lyrics is what I was saying. I wish I could sing along but again, your point is I don't know any lyrics to any songs. It's not just you.
Does anyone, if they have, I don't know, any artist who they deem acceptable, do they know the lyrics? And I'm sorry, also, who gives a fuck if you know the lyrics? Maybe not everything's about you. Maybe this is about other people once.
It's entertainment. It's for the people watching. And
he's the most popular star.
Exactly. For a reason.
Right.
For
it's like you don't like the person who's the most popular right now. Wait, but do you know the thing about the wedding? I know we're all over. The people like invited Bad Bunny to their wedding. And that's how he invited them to the Super Bowl. Remember when we invited like Taylor Swift and Marcus Mumford respectively to our weddings? We didn't end up in their Super Bowl performances.
Back to the wedding. The moment when he like wakes up a child who's sleeping on the chairs, what I thought, people were like, oh, it's a way to talk about a sweet moment that people remember. He's like calling out specific references that feel relatable. But that really I related to that because as a child, I always went to like parties with my family, like huge families, and I always slept on the chairs. And my dad always gave me his jacket, and I used it as a blanket. And like they would wake me up, and it was time to go home. It was like midnight or something, and it was time to go home. But I had the best time. And I remember that because I was with my parents. It's fun. I think that moment, what I took from that moment, and the fact that I could take something from that moment goes to show how inclusive it was. Because it was also about showing like how so many different cultures are alike. That to me was so meaningful. Like it is inclusive. Like all these fucks who said it was exclusive. And it was a statement of some type. I think it was such a nice statement. And it was fun. It was entertainment. It wasn't like a boring statement. It was it was like a party. And yeah, I really loved it.
I agree. It is funny to watch like Megyn Kelly and Jill Zarin, all them spin out.
It wasn't funny to watch Jill Zarin because to me that was like,
no, I mean, it's like that, like they can come up with that they give themselves away in this way. Because
no, I mean, Jill Zarin actually out loud said there were not enough white people.
It was one of the most disgusting things I've feel like I've ever seen.
She got fired from the new
show.
Before the show even started oh my God, we're English, started to film.
Good. I'm glad they didn't waste any footage on her. But the thing is, like what you're saying, you're like, oh, it really is amazing. And it really is a message. And like, how can they be mad? And I actually am realizing.
No, I don't. How can they be mad? I get how they can be mad.
No, the thing, like what I think I'm realizing is like, yeah, that is why they're spitting out, because they know that it's actually so effective and that is what's real and like the kind of core of humanity, if you want to get to like a real deep place with it. But they are so mad that they feel so like helpless because they feel like they're losing something.
Yeah.
It really, I think it just exposes them. And that's why it is kind of interesting to watch, because like they can't really make a point.
Losing supremacy, one might say.
Yeah. That's what they're mad about.
Exactly. No, I know.
Yeah. So Jill Zarin really gave herself. Honestly, I'm like genuinely so happy she got fired. And like, I think she should just shut
and
the
good
fuck
for her
up.
daughter for going out there and being like, this was actually amazing. And just saying that out loud.
You know, her grand stepson did like an AMA on Reddit. Oh my God. Yeah. And
which
like,
is who? Bobby's
grandson.
Bobby's grandson.
And basically said like she just talked about her and how she was
Look,
like,
I'm not a support of canceling anybody for any reason, but she just fucking
what's
like
the
just
cancellation?
said,
she's fine.
No, I just mean like people jumping on the bandwagon and being like, well, now I'll say something bad about you, which I've been sitting on just for like attention. I don't like that. Like that to me is stupid. I think her just calling herself out and then coming out and saying, I'm sorry. Like, I'm human. I make mistakes.
That was your opinion. Like that's actually your opinion.
I'm human. I make mistakes. There's no mistake. Like
your mistake was saying it.
Own it
out loud. Like just be like, yeah. It's like we don't actually think that you're sorry. Like
she's
didn't
just sorry she got fired.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
if there were no consequence, then she would not give a fuck.
Well, here's the thing. Ramona's still on the show. And like, she just, the only difference is that there was no camera.
There's still time. There's still time.
Yeah.
Apparently Bethany Frankel posted 2 versions of a video where the first one, can we watch this now? So she first posted a video and the opinion was similar, but like, let's watch this.
To get canceled for this. The question remains, should these entertainment vehicles, whether the Grammys, the Emmys, the Oscars, the Super Bowl, should this be the place for personal, cultural, political views to be expressed? Certainly, there are major world events that take place, whether COVID or tragedies, 9/11, and it's unavoidable that it's discussed. But where is the line? Whether it's Dave Chappelle expressing himself, Bad Bunny, years ago, Richard Gere getting into trouble, Billie Eilish at the Grammys. Where's the line? Because Kelly Ripa and Mark, for example, are not, that show, no one's allowed to express any opinions about anything going on. They barely can discuss anything going on, you know? It's an entertainment vehicle, and they keep it that way. So I'm asking you,
okay, so Bethany also posted something that she then deleted and then reposted some of a different version saying that she loved it or something like that. But she basically said in her first video, she's just like asking a question, where's the line for like entertainment, including political commentary or excluding it? She uses an example of like the Grammys or any show versus very specifically calling out Mark and Kelly. What's his name?
Kelly and Mark.
Her show was called Mark and Kelly, where she says that they don't say anything in that they're not like allowed to talk about any political commentary. And she's like, where is the line? Where is the line?
I mean, okay, she only, I believe, probably deleted it because she saw like Jill's backlash. And her comment is obviously not as bad as Jill's at all, but it's coming from the same exact place, which is like this faux includes, like, you want this plausible deniability of like, I'm not racist, but you know, is it really okay for people to be expressing their views? Like, are we really going to be okay with that? Like, I'm just asking questions. Like, I don't know. Are we part of it? It's like, actually, Bethany, you and everything you do expresses your views and your culture naturally, and you never question it. And it's
but
only
the difference
when
is
someone
she's
else
doing it, but she's doing it on her own platform. That's what she's saying is like,
no. I'm not saying her. I'm saying everybody inflicts their views on the things they make, and whether or not like, and right. So it's only a problem for her. It's only something to ask questions about when you get to something that threatens her way of looking at things. And it's like, to me, the fact that she even like had this thought, like this isn't a political, like it was so not political inherently. And the fact that she thinks this inclusivity and like the showing of diverse backgrounds and references to like, you know, to the diaspora and to talking about like all the different countries in America, if her thinking that's like deeply political, and when it's couched in the way you said, like where it's super positive and inclusive and like tries to include everybody, if that is your reaction, she's revealing that her opinion is coming from the same place as someone like Jill's, even if it's not going to be like, where are the white people? You know, it's just, she deleted it for a reason. It's because she knew what she was getting at.
It's not political, but it's definitely like
everything's political.
Relevant to what's going on. No, but I mean, it's relevant to what's going on. If there was nothing going on right now, right? He probably wouldn't have put the big sign up.
Love is better than hate?
I don't think so. If there was nothing going on where there was turmoil
I think
in our
he would
country,
have a message about love.
Sure.
Maybe it wouldn't be love over hate, but he would still be like, America is love, or America is diversity.
Diverse. Fine.
But they would say, right, but they're saying bad.
Right.
And if you say that love, a message of love over hate is political, then your politics are hate. Right. Like that's right. Kind of the thing. It's like if Bethany's questioning this, you know, it's also, where's the politics? Like, where's the party? Where's the partisanship? Like in people getting married and inspiring and having it be, and having the setting be based on Puerto Rico. That's only political if you have a problem with
Puerto Rico or
Puerto Rico or like the geopolitical relationship with Puerto Rico.
It's nobody was yelling at J-Lo and Shakira. Like no one. And Bad Bunny was there, by the way. Exactly. Shakira brought him.
They just give themselves away time after time.
That still was one of the best halftime shows ever. Like ever. But this one was one of like the ones where I felt like I had so much, like I was there. Like I had fun.
It was very cool.
Anyway, great job, Benito.
Big fans of Bad Bunny.
Huge fans of Bad Bunny. What did you think of the commercials this year?
It just like felt like AI, the whole thing.
It was. There was there's a huge percentage of AI, of videos made by AI. Nothing really like spoke to me so intensely. There was only one that moved me emotionally.
Me too.
You too?
You be my neighbor?
Oh, you loved that one?
The Redfin commercial.
What did you love about it?
Honestly, like the visual, it just felt visuals, and I was like so disappointed when it was like Redfin and Rocket Mortgage. And also it was like, oh, the American dream. It's like, I don't know, not the time. But it was nice until they got to that part.
I don't think I even saw that because I was, to be honest, the game itself was really boring, and so I missed a lot of commercials. But because I was also watching Game of Thrones, the new Game of Thrones show, and then Rusty's like, turn it on. I'm like, okay, halftime show. There was a commercial that the NFL did for thanking coaches, and it was a little boy like doing like a motivating speech to his toys in his room. And it felt really good. And then it started to flash to the same speech, but it shows that this boy plays football, like as a young boy, and his coach is telling him that speech. And it keeps flashing back and forth. And then you see the boy starting to mouth these words to himself. And even as I say it, like it makes me want to cry and then the end is just like them saying thank you to our coaches. And it's not even the coach, what you see, it's not the coaches of the NFL. It's like the everyday dads or moms who are the coaches of the teams. Oh my God, I'm actually crying. Yeah. I really need help. I think I have my
You
period.
really are like...
I'm so really emotional. I'm so emotional lately.
You know who else does this? Stephanie Rule cries on TV like all the time. So maybe
does Kris Jenner. So like I'm down. It's just as like a thank you to like the everyday people who like who have jobs and then show up and coach the children of the community, who then go become the inner voices of those people who go on to become athletes or even leaders in the world. And like you never think about these, your teachers and your coaches and how much meaning and how much impact they have on children's lives. I mean, I do think about that, but it was such good storytelling, such simple storytelling. And I just fucking loved it.
It's
so
really
much so that it's
even
making
as
me
you're
cry.
retelling it to me
I know.
now.
I'm a decent storyteller too. So like I loved it. I loved it. It made I love anything that moves me emotionally. Good job, NFL. Honestly.
Yeah, I kind of want to watch it.
They didn't need to do it. And that's why I loved it. It wasn't
Are you sure?
They said thank you to their community of people who still coach their sport.
Good branding.
And I think it felt very just
I'm into it. No, I love it. Oh my God. Okay. I think you need to think a little less deeply about it or something.
I think I do. No, but I love it. It's such a good, I love it.
Yes.
I was like, because Rusty wants to also coach flag football for girls. I'm like, yes.
Oh, that's really cute. Yeah.
I'm like, you should.
I love that.
He thinks he was, those were his glory days when he played football for like our Jewish high school.
That 1-0 games.
He was good. He was good. He said like he made something
good. I mean, it's not about winning. It's how you play the game.
It's how you play and what you say, and you believe in yourself. And it's the same message that Benito.
Exactly. He's right. He's exactly right. Anything else? Commercials, all AI.
The Svetka one was the worst one I've ever seen. And it was right after the halftime show. The one right after. And it was, you were watching and you're like, what am I watching? What is this? I'm like, Svetka's back? Because like Svetka's obviously like college. Oh. And like the taste of it is like frozen. Like Svedka coming, like thick Svedka coming from your freezer, the vodka in your freezer. And then you'd like probably drink it in the morning with art so that before like a fucking like daytime rager.
Oh, please
and
stop.
It's absolutely...
I'm not going to cry. I'm just like grossed out.
It's vile. Yeah. Again, I'm really good at storytelling. So it was just so bad, but it was pure AI, and they were unapologetic about their AI-ness.
Can I just tell you something? Speaking of storytelling, you should probably do that. I just want to tell you, I did this thing this weekend that you should do too. UCB does this thing called Ask Cat. It's like this show where like, and they do it like a bunch of weekends, and basically like the audience is there. And they have someone who's like the monologist, and they like
What's
that's
a
what
monologist.
It's like someone who monologist, I guess. I don't. Yeah. So they ask the troupe, the improv troupe at UCB group, asks like the audience for a word, and someone just like calls out a word, and then you, the monologist, comes up with like a story from your life. Oh, I told you a story about you. I might have even told 2 stories about you.
This is oh my God.
I told the story about 419, the brownies. Yeah. So basically like someone calls out a word, and then you tell like a 2 to 3 minute story about that, like associates with the word. Doesn't have to be exact. And then the UCB people act out like random scenes. They improvise like hilarious scenes based on like anything that you told in your story. So it's really fun. And you could go do it. Like, I'm sure they would have you do it. It's so fun. And so I just, you thinking about being a good storyteller, I was like, I'm not really a great storyteller. Like, I kind of like give away the end before whatever. You should do it since you are a good storyteller.
That is fun. Wait, you told the story about how I accidentally got I'm 419.
Yeah, about the brownies.
That was good times.
There was other stories I told. I feel like you were in another story, but I can't remember. That's the one I'm thinking. Yeah.
It's funny.
No, you weren't. I think that was just the one. But it was really good. So you should go do it.
I appreciate it. I'm honored.
Yeah, you should go do it and tell and be the storyteller.
Okay.
You'd have good ones. I'll put you in touch with them.
Okay. Sounds good.
Amazing.
So,
but you want to do Savannah Guthrie? I kind of don't want to do that. You're going to cry, and I will cry too. I don't want to.
I won't cry.
You won't cry about her mom getting kidnapped? That you won't cry about? I haven't paid attention. Okay, obviously this is an internal psychological thing because I've avoided this story completely because it's too upsetting to think about one's mother getting kidnapped. So
I only get emotional when it comes to children. I'm like Tony Soprano.
I only get emotional when it comes to mothers.
That's really funny. Yeah, no, I'm emotional about it. No, obviously I'm avoiding watching anything. I get the one hit of update, and then I'm like, I can't get deep into this.
Right,
so
like
that's why I don't. That's why I don't feel emotional about it, because I won't let myself go there.
I feel emotional about it, and that's why I don't go there. And also, I can't solve every mystery. Right now, I'm reading the Epstein files, and that is
what it's like in your head right now.
It's validating, actually. And I want to say that.
Do you think now? You know how when you're like, you're in a foreign country and you start to speak the accent, are you thinking in Epstein email style?
No. But that is really funny. It's kind of like the reading comprehension section of the SATs. Like you need to know context clues. You need to like be able to decode the words. Like maybe that word is actually this word. And like, then you're like answer a question to yourself. It's like, wait, who's the one taking the bag of money to the foreign country? And it's, no. And there's something actually that has hit me in the past like few days. And I'm not the only person who's saying this. Like this is kind of like the realization everyone's coming to on Threads simultaneously, at least, which is that like,
oh, we're pivoting to Epstein right now.
No. We're actually pivoting to like our childhoods. Like Les Wexner owned Limited 2, Victoria's Secrets, at part of Abercrombie. Like not just that, like Harvey Weinstein made our movies that we watched, and Diddy made our music that we listened to. And I've just been, and I think about diet culture and this demand that we had to get smaller, and always thinking like, remember when I used to say like, I just want to be like a waif. I want to be like knocked over with a feather. Like this idea that everything around you is telling you, be smaller, be thinner, be younger looking, be youthful and sexy and slutty. Yeah. Who was raised with those ideals? All the people who are trying to be younger now. It's like this idea that you have to be like sexy and slutty and cute and baby and like,
Britney Spears.
like a tease. That was organized by people who were in their personal lives and public lives in some situations up to really disgusting, perverse, abusive things. And so our lives being spent trying to get smaller and more thin and more beautiful in a certain way, like not the way we see ourselves as beautiful, but in the way that these people tell you have to be. Like, think about who Harvey Weinstein was casting in his movies, the ones who would, tolerate his abuse and who looked a certain way. And people's careers were destroyed if they didn't go along with that. Like, and I just think like that has been like the big realization, like everything we were raised into was built by these people who would literally rape a child and have no remorse. Should we go to a break maybe?
This has been fun. Okay, number one burning question now, and I think everybody's burned on everyone's brain, is who's going to perform next year?
I think it's going to be a woman, female pop star.
Okay.
Maybe it would be like Miley and like Dolly Parton or something. Or like, I don't know. I would love a Sabrina Carpenter. I'd also like a Miley, obviously. But Sabrina Carpenter, I think, has great energy for the Super Bowl halftime show.
I think
and she
Miley
could come up with a cool set.
Good because she'll do like rock and roll rather than like pop.
She's diverse.
And she can bring in some country. She can bring in like hardcore rock. Fun. She can do some pop.
She can do Party in the USA. Although she said she doesn't want to sing that song anymore.
I believe that. She's
not because she's old, because of the USA.
Or like, what if she brings on like Madonna or something crazy? Yeah, I know Miley's actually pining for it. I know I made a prediction last year that Miley would be it because I know she was campaigning. Like I heard it on the radio that she was like campaigning. My PR senses just started to spike.
I believe that because also she like performed at the ground. Like I know she won, but I think she doesn't. She only wants to do what she wants to do, and if she wants to do the Super Bowl, she'll make it known. I also think she like has this like all-American vibe that would be great.
Okay, but if it's not her,
I would like Sabrina Carpenter.
What if it's like no Olivia Dean? She's just brand new.
Or you could get like a Noah Khan or something like that, like someone more younger. The guy with the flips.
The guy with the flips. Benson Boone.
He's also maybe a little too new. He would be a good like pre-show guy.
Yeah, to sing that anthem.
Or to do like Green Day did a pre-show.
Oh yeah. What's like Adele up to?
She's a little slow for the Grammy song for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but
I don't think she should be. She should do the national anthem.
That would be wild. I don't think she'd ever do that.
Because she's a British?
Because she just wouldn't be like, I'm not singing the national anthem.
Why?
She's like, no. Like halftime show or I'm not coming.
You have to pay to do the halftime show if you're the artist. Like you pay for your own thing. I don't see why she would do the halftime
weird.
show. It's not like the halftime show is like a much more like she sings ballads.
It's hard.
You know, no, it's not that it's hard. Like I just don't think her music like fits.
People
the
would
halftime
love
show.
it. People would
maybe
love
if
it.
like maybe like the year after 9/11 or something. Like I don't think like
dark girl.
I don't think like people want that for their halftime show. And I love Adele.
Fine. Yeah, you want to keep it hyped and fun for the football.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hello?
fine.
It's me. Like you want that for the halftime show? Like come on. She stands in the middle of a stage. She stands in the middle of the stage and just stands there. Like it needs to have a little motion.
We need her to like do a little bop.
No, she shouldn't. She should stick with what she does.
Underbite.
Yeah, like a white person's underbite. No, she should stick to what she does. But I just don't think that. Like I just don't.
Stick to what she does.
I don't think she.
Are we
should
ever going to have a Taylor? No, at this point, there's no Taylor.
Not soon.
Show.
Not soon.
No,
not soon. I think she like need it. That'll be in like a new PR
era.
A new era. I keep seeing these rumors that like people think they're breaking up, Taylor and Travis. That's my burning question. Are they breaking up?
What is
I don't
the
know if it's
rumor?
just like fabricated, just like people speculating
They're going to break up.
that there's something happening bad.
Why
Like,
though?
It's not
Why would they break up?
because people who are I don't know. Maybe because like they're not
They're
on the same
perfect.
page. I mean, no one's perfect. It's
I know. I'm just kidding.
I think like
I don't actually care.
I just think there's a lot of speculation from people who are watching this closely. I'm not watching it that closely, but if you are a Taylor watcher and you watch her patterns, there are patterns.
Okay. She's planning a wedding, so maybe there's a lot of stress. Maybe
I'm
what?
sure.
A baby?
Prenup.
You said a baby?
Maybe. I said maybe.
I have another question.
Yeah.
Britney Spears just sold her entire music catalog in a landmark $200 million deal. I didn't know it was 200.
Taylor's
I thought
was
it
landmark for more.
No,
I don't know.
she didn't sell it though. She has it. She owns it.
It was originally she bought it. She bought the back.
So
Whatever.
therefore she didn't sell it. She bought it for a landmark.
Right.
So she
didn't sell it. Right.
She spent her money to buy her own music back.
I was thinking, but
Scooter Braun made a deal.
Yeah. Well, he lost money on this whole thing. Whatever.
Okay, whatever.
Who cares? Okay,
Go backwards. Yeah. So I thought it was just 9 figures. I didn't know it was 200. This is not going to happen. But like, imagine there was like big Britney comeback, and she is like doing like a Pepsi commercial, or like, which Pepsi, like we could do it.
That would be amazing if she did like she remade the same commercial a little different.
I mean, I don't think she would do a halftime show. I don't think that's there, but a controlled commercial, I could see it working.
Agreed. 30 seconds, 60 seconds. It's doable.
It's doable. So like imagine, like that's my burning question. Like imagine Britney, because during this time I saw a lot of like nostalgic commercials. Like, that one that was the Pepsi one that was Beyonce, Pink, and Britney in like the Gladiator Stadium. Iconic.
I love Pink. So underrated. Pink is so cool. We should get Pink in the office for something. Pink is so cool.
Pink. And why I love the color pink.
Pink. Yeah. Pink. We I think we need more pink in our lives. Let's have a Pink-assance.
Pink is covering the Kelly Clarkson show. What does that mean? What?
I'm gonna watch.
Starting next week.
We didn't even do that.
We just manifested this.
Pink in 1 second. We got exactly what we wanted.
We got more pink.
Okay.
Oh
love Pink. Pink, come hang out with us at Betches.
She gonna do Pink karaoke? She's a powerhouse vocalist.
So underrated.
Joe says she got piped.
So what? I'm still
I love it.
Star.
All right.
Okay. Last question.
What's your question?
It's about the Olympics. So our vice president, JD Vance, went to Italy for the opening ceremony. He got booed there. He embarrassed us in myriad ways.
Ilya made up for
my
it.
question is, he reportedly brought a plane full of food to Italy, like just in case. Who the fuck? What kind of trash bag dumpster fire of a barely human being brings food, American chemical-laden Monsanto manufactured food to Italy?
What kind of food did you bring? Like Twinkies?
I don't fucking know. I don't care. There's no way it's better than what you're getting from a random pizza place in Rome or Milan or wherever the fuck you are. It is, and it's also not like this is a place with, it's not like Italy's food is adventurous. Like pizza? You can't handle a pizza, sir?
Is he mean he's trying to make a point? It's just weird.
I think he's afraid that no one will serve him in restaurants, personally.
Oh, I did not think of that.
He also has like a 40. He has like, yeah.
People serve him.
No one is more hated than JD Vance.
In Italy?
Yeah, especially in Italy. He goes to Europe and he scolds them like every other month. And he's like, you guys need to pay more for your defense. And also, you're destroying the Western world. You should be white like me and come from 4 generations of absolute white trash that still could not make it in America.
Isn't his wife?
That's his wife. That's not him.
I know, but his children are also Indian.
Okay. Well, all the MAGAs hate her.
Thing?
No, all the MAGAs like hate her and they say like, they berate her. She gets so much.
How can somebody say that and then have children who are
Aleen?
Sorry,
Aleen.
I just don't get it. Like when you have children, it's just I don't get it.
Because he wasn't like this when he married her.
But she's pregnant. Like they're still making babies.
They're okay. Well,
what? Okay.
She's pregnant. Like, he's an asshole. She is pregnant, but he's an asshole, is what I'm saying. No one will serve him. Right. I don't believe anyone will serve him in Italy.
I believe you. Oh my God.
I think that's what he's afraid of.
So he brought his own string cheese.
Also, he has like a 50-car motorcade. Not 50, it's several dozen now.
He's just got fucking Lunchables in his trucks.
He made Elisa Liu, the ice skater, like almost miss her event. And she ended because of his motorcade was taking up all the room in the streets. She was like late to her event and she came in second. She probably could have come in first because she was like flustered.
Jamie Vance's fault.
Yeah, he's the fucking worst.
Him and his American tomato.
He killed the Pope. Look, he is a walking Grim Reaper, but whatever.
He doesn't want Parmesan shredded in Italy. He's bringing his own shredded cheese.
So is that not embarrassing?
It's hilarious. It's so stupid.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
You know what's not embarrassing?
What?
The Night of the Seven Kingdoms. It's a TV show on HBO. I have to tell you, oh my God. George L. Martin did it again.
George L. Martin?
George L. Martin. Isn't that his name?
R.R. Martin.
Fuck. Can someone help me, please?
I did. I just helped you.
No, you were like, who are you talking about?
No, I wanted to see if you like.
Where did I find the L?
You knew what it was. Because
it's George R.R.?
Yeah.
This whole time?
Oh, I thought you were just saying the wrong thing.
No, I've always called him George L. Martin.
You did? Oh man, that's why I said George L. I thought you were just misspeaking.
Yeah, that man, I know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know you know who you're talking about.
Oh God.
L kind of is like
George L. Martin. It just like looks like that's what it says. Okay, well, it's George R.R. Martin. That's too many R's. He did this show, which we know Game of Thrones, like the end of Thrones, was not by him. That's why it just tanked considerably. This is very good storytelling, great writing, acting, amazing. The drama, very good. So everybody knows I'm a Thrones fan. If you know Sansa, Lady Sansa is my dog's name. Queen of North Williamsburg. That's the way she was born. Well, now she's all blonde and shit, so it makes no sense. I didn't know Doodles went blonde.
They don't all. It depends. Genetics.
Well, now she's like more of a strawberry blonde, and it makes no sense for her to be a Stark.
I think it works. It works.
God damn it.
It works.
So anyway, I highly recommend the show. If you're a Game of Thrones fan, you've been like, is it really that good? Yes.
Yeah, I wish I could be like super into Thrones.
Yeah, you wouldn't like it.
I was watching Ponies.
Yeah.
So good.
A Peacock.
So funny. So
is
like
it really?
It's not like so much funny.
Well, speaking of hilarious. Thrones, that's Amelia Clark.
Yeah, that's why I was,
Khaleesi.
Yeah, she's great in the show. I mean, it's just like a fun show. It's not funny. It's more just like fun. And Haley Lou Richardson is funny. She's funny. And
it's also cute how they're both so short and like the same.
Yeah, they're so small. It's like this adorable little spy thriller. Like I love a spy situation.
Cute.
You'd like it, I think.
I also watched Housemaid. I was so excited to watch Housemaid. Like I rented it. Bad good. Okay, for sure.
I like that. That's all you want.
It was a great twist. Sydney Sweeney. I don't get how like her acting. I know we always said that her acting is good, but I don't know.
It's not good in this.
I don't know. It's kind of the same and everything, and it's okay. But she definitely, there's one sex scene. She gets fully nude and the guy is very hot. I have to say, I forget his name, but he's really hot. I think he's from, that Blake Lively movie with Justin Baldoni. It Ends With Us.
Oh, Brendan Sklenar.
It Ends With Us. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that one.
Brendan Sklenar.
You know who doesn't look hot is that redheaded guy in the Opalite music video. He does not look like a sexy sex bot like Brendan Sklar. But all the same, the Opalite music video came out. Sorry for that transition. I tried. And it was really cute. It was kind of stupid.
You're going to be shocked. I didn't watch it. I still didn't watch it.
I know. I am shocked.
Just because, like, I don't know. It's like, it didn't get enough good review. Like, I didn't see enough people getting excited about it that I was like, okay, I need to go watch this immediately.
There was no hype.
And if I want to hear the song, I can just hear the song. Like,
it was strange. It was almost like a little project she did because she put it together. She directed it or whatever. It was weird. I think
it's possible she didn't want to like promote it too much to resurface the like conversations around like the lyrics and Kayla, Nicole, and like the Onyx stuff. And yeah.
I don't know. The whole music video is about two people whose exes are inanimate objects. And
maybe she didn't. That's what I'm saying. Maybe she didn't want to like bring that up too much by promoting it too hard.
And in the end, those inanimate objects get together, and that doesn't matter. Whatever. She finds her one, and both of them are weird, and like they're each other's like weird. Basically,
yeah,
is
so
what
weird.
Yeah, right.
You're like literally campaigning for like America's Next Top Normies. Like, what are you talking about? You guys are not weird at all.
Like football, like Superbowl person, football athlete, and
the number
pop
one,
star.
Times Person of the Year and the best tight end in the Super Bowl. Like,
so
the NFL. Okay,
yeah. So, but then in the end, there's like the thing where the two of them are the inanimate objects are together, and there's like something like trash is still trash. There's like a sign. I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna look at that. Okay, maybe now I want to watch it. You've sold it. You've story told it to a good place for me.
Garbage is still garbage, but it's them together.
That's
insulting. The exes together. But everybody is trying to understand it. You should watch it, and then you can tell me, you interpret it.
I'll watch it. I'll, I kind of prioritize these days.
I know. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. So who's our Betch of the week? Yes.
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny. Yeah.
Yeah. Number one. Easily.
And also Kendall Jenner for supporting her ex. I'm just kidding.
Please. It's like, what?
You know
I still don't believe that.
I have to say before we go into the Caymans, do you know what was very confirmed for me? That, the Kim Kardashian Lewis Hamilton, Sir Lewis, is PR.
Yeah, I agree. Send them to the Caymans for your bad PR. You didn't do a good job at the PR.
They came to the thing. They were in their like box together, and they like sat there together and like were photographed like smooching. And I'm like, this is fake. You wouldn't do that.
Let's send them to the Caymans because
they don't seem obsessed with each other.
You didn't pull off a good PR job, and because caught it in 10 minutes.
They tried to pull off the Timmy and Kylie like at Wimbledon or US Open. I forget which one they were at, and it didn't hit.
No, you can't
and I didn't like Kim's like outfit glam. It was like mafia wife. I just didn't get it. I didn't get it. It was
whatever. Not my favorite person.
Anyway, so I would say Caymans is maybe their PR strategy.
The two of them. Figure it out. Maybe fall in real love or something.
Because I thought I was real last week.
You did, and then literally 2 minutes later, I was like, "Are you sure it's real?" And then you were like, "Yeah, it's probably not real."
Yeah, right. It's not real. It feels so unreal that it's. I feel like
I feel like the internet needs like a meter. Like that felt like on everything that it's
real
like
or not
real, likely fake.
It was, you know what it was giving? It was giving Tom Hiddleston and Taylor Swift on that rock. Yeah, together.
Kim is famously not a good actress, so look, maybe Kylie and Timothy acted their way into a relationship.
Wait, also the inanimate object in Opalite where she was dating a rock and he was dating like a cactus, and he kept like getting pricked by it, like it was hurting him, and hers was just like not moving.
Not giving anything?
Not giving anything. So I think this like probably signaled to their exes. Anyway,
but I think that's why she didn't promote it that heavily. Like she didn't market it because like you would get killed for that. Like because it's really
she still put it out.
Yeah, but she didn't push it. Like she didn't want people to like pay attention that hard.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. Well, this has been fun.
This has been very fun.
I cried.
Follow us on Betches.com. Follow us at youtube.com/@BetchesPod. I will get the URL right one day, potentially. And we love you guys. Leave us a review, a rating, a comment. Tell us what you think. All that stuff.
Bye.